Hello everyone, welcome to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph and today I'm working on this Tiger Bark Ficus. Now, as you can see, it's in this lovely little pot. So my daughter bought me this pot and I do quite like it, only I think it's time for it to get out of this one. I need it to grow. Although it's grown quite significantly since I had this. Now the reason I want it to grow some more, now I say this counterintuitively because I'm going to chop most of this back, but once I have chopped most of this back, I want it to grow on. So I say this counterintuitively because I want this to grow after the chop, because we're going to chop it because it's grown in all different directions. If I give it a spin, you can see it's got plenty of growth, as I say, but all that growth is growing through and it's crossing. So if I move this out of the way, it's going quite across, and then I've got this part that grows through and it's crisscrossing. So all that needs to be corrected today. And then I'm going to put it in one of the pond baskets that I've recently purchased. So it's going to get a bit more growth on it, and then it's going to push out and it's going to go in all different directions, but not crisscrossing. We're going to rectify that so it prevents it in the future. What am I going to do with it, you may be asking? Now, I'm going to slightly go against the grain in bonsai here because I want to go again. With the ficus, I do like the way they grow naturally in nature. And with a couple of them that I've started, I'm heading towards that direction as well. And then this is going to be one of them. So as you can see, if I bring it in closer, it's quite a nice little fat sumo styled already. And I'm going to play on that. What I would like to do is keep it small, fat, and then just grow fat and gnarly, but outwards rather than up, and style it that way. What I want to do is keep the small bulk of it and then grow it out and just let it do its thing, push out aerial roots. I don't know if you can see, but I've got one that's just started to push. Put you in just there, because we're in a nice hot humid environment inside here. It started to grow. Whether that stays or not, don't know. It's just the conditions that we're in at the moment. It started to push. We'll see if it stays. Hopefully it does. Now, let me see if I can get one of my pond baskets. So I've got a nice big pond basket here. It's significantly larger than what we've got. It's going to go in there. Get plenty of growth on. So I'm going to go in there, give it a trim, get the branches that are crossing out of the way, and then I think slightly change the front. Although because we have a nice cylinder for a pot, the front itself, it doesn't really matter. We won't be picking a front as such. It picks itself because it'll be nice from all angles. You'll be able to see it. But in terms of a front right now, it's here. I am going to slightly, it's here for you. I'm going to slightly change it, and then this branch here, I'm going to bring down. I think I'll just pop a bit of wire on it so it goes down. I'm going to take this one out. So then we've got a slight twin trunk. Cut a bit of this off, reduce it down, because this is the leader at the back, and then these two are competing. Obviously, you've got the size of them. Not doing too much. So let me give you snips and we'll start working on it. Let's get my ugly face out of the camera so you can actually properly see this. Let's get working on it. If I start here, you can see this is the front, and already you've got leaves in the way, branches in the way. So let's start by just removing some of this stuff that is in the way and that we're not going to utilise. So this branch here, I will be taking out straight away, opening up the front of the tree. This branch here, as I say, I do want to utilise it. I'm going to be ringing it down and I'm going to be wiring it just into this position. I probably, maybe not, reducing the length of it. Not too sure. In an ideal situation, I would like to take hold it here into this position, and then in the future grow aerial roots down. I think that would look really nice, spectacular even. That is something that will develop in the future, hopefully. You can see just here, I've got a branch here and a branch here. I do need to take those out. So let's just hold this out and take them out. So I can move those out of the way. They're definitely not going to be utilised. I've also got one here that's right inside here, and I've got these two as well. We just need to take away. Now you might notice that my voice today is a bit croaky. Well, the reason behind that is I've got a chest infection and I also have tonsillitis. So yeah, I'm not very well. So I do apologise if I come across as a bit croaky. Main branch here, my first one, is not necessarily going to be a branch for me today. It is going to be part of the tree. So I'm developing this as, in a way, as a twin trunk. So I'm just going to utilise it as just here, the main trunk here and a second trunk. I will be reducing it slightly, but I'm just going to take this one out here. This is not going to be utilised. And then as a twin trunk, I'm just going to come back and I'm going to cut back, I think probably to here, taking out this big section. As you can see, is a big part of the tree, which reduces it right to here and growing this section just out. Now if I utilise it on that angle, as you can see here, it now brings it out over to the left, which is exactly what we want. This can then grow out onto the left, and again, something I would like to develop in this tree. As I said, I would like to spread the tree out left and right, keep it a nice low developed tree, and I want to develop nice aerial roots in the future. That is where I see this tree going and developing. That is how I would like to develop this tree. This one, as I say, bring down, so I'll go like this. This coming out long, like a banyan style sort of tree. That's the way I like to see these Tiger Bark Ficuses develop. That's how I envision this tree. This one at the back, just need to take that one out. So if I spin it round, snip this one out as well. So from the front, you can see I've opened it up already. Now, the main part of the tree, just here, you can see where I've previously done the cut and then lost the top section. But behind it here, this part is growing. So if I just move you over a little bit, you can see there's the cut just there, but behind it, this lower branch, if I spin you right round, this lower branch here has actually grown up and it's took off, and that is taking off all the way up here. That is competing for the leadership, where actually this part here is the leader. So this section here is growing way too long from the base. So if I cut back down here, I can have this as the leader because this is wanting to be the leader. Or if I utilise that as the leader, or this one. So all three there are competing for the leadership of this tree, instead of actually what should have been the leader, which was this one or this one. Now, when I said they were crossing, this is the main one that was crossing. So my decision now is where do I cut and which one do I utilise as the leader of this tree. If I still want one of these as the leader, I need to remove these big branches just here, which are competing for the leader. Now, if I want to bring it down low, which is what I do, this one probably has to go, or at least bring back further down just here. Either way, it's got to come back. So I'm just going to take it off because it's so powerful. Just look at the size of it. So that's gone. But ideally, I think because it's coming across the tree, it's got to go out completely. So I'm just going to come in and take that one off. Just there like that. So now you can see, if that was the front, this would be in the way. And this would make a good front if I cut this one off. It's nice and fat. It's got a nice powerful stance. I could utilise that. But as I say, I want it just around about somewhere there. Here's my front. Now, it may look like a bar branch at the moment, but as I say, we're utilising this down. This is part of the trunk, twin trunk set up, and then going across. So you think about it, these are going to be out wide. We'll set that in a second. So if we pull this down, we wire this up. That's how we're going to be envisioned. So let me just get some wire and we'll do that. Piece of wire, probably I'd say double the length of this branch here. So I'm just going to set it up, and all I'm going to do is wire this branch. I'm going to wrap this wire around the tree, hook it onto this section here, and then use this branch here as the anchor point. So I'm just going to come across here like this. There we go. As you can see, so that is now anchored, and then I'm going to come back across and then start wiring this branch. Now you might not be able to see too much because my thumb's holding the wire just in place, so I can get a nice perch on it. But if I get a nice perch on the wire and the branch, it means that we're not going to cause any damage to the branch or the tree or any of the leaves that are currently situated on the branch. So there we go. Now I can start wrapping around the branch itself. Once the wire is wrapped around the branch, I can then go in and make any necessary adjustments to the position of the branch. Now again, just remember, don't really need, just gonna move that there. I don't really need to make any minor adjustments left or right. It just needs to bend the branch in into a position I need. So there we go, it's set, it's wrapped round. I just need to just knock the leaf off. I just need to move this branch into a position where I feel comfortable. So I've got it set. I'm just going to bring this branch down. Where do I want it set? And what I can do as well is I've got this branch that goes upwards. If I twist the whole branch around, either left or right, I can actually position this branch from the top to the left like that, or if I twist it this way, the branch can now be moved and utilised over onto the other direction. So the branch is now on the other side of the tree. As you can see from that angle, this branch is now on this side with the other branches just here. I've got the main branch that was on the centre of the tree is now positioned in a way that it comes across the front. There you go. While wiring up, as you can see, I did catch this section, this branch here. Now I might be able to just slide that bit just through. Oh, nope, just pulled it off. It was on the inside anyway, so that needed to go. Just the way we've positioned that. So there we go. Now, because this is so long, after we just twisted it round, so this branch now, if I move it, this branch has ended up in this position. It's so long, so I'm just gonna have to come back and reduce it to here. I've got this branch here that goes on top. I'm just gonna pull that, take that out, which leaves me this branch here. to come in and reduce the size of it. I've got 2 branches right next to each other, just here. So I'm going to take that one out, leave these 2. I've got 1 just on the bottom there as well. In fact, I'm going to take both of those out. So for the time being, I just twist that a little bit more. There we go. Puts everything in position. So I've got this branch that comes across now. I would like to develop aerial roots down, just like this. This would look absolutely brilliant and fantastic. In the future, this one will grow out this way. If I could develop aerial roots as well. I've got a nice wide-based stumpy tree. I think it's called Sumo, because a nice fat, small tree. We've got nice banyans coming down. If that's it, I could develop that. Nice aerial roots. Comes along this way. If I spin the tree around as well, move back, you can see here I've got a few decisions to make on which ones to keep. This one, or this one. This branch just at the back is obviously goes right across the tree. This is another one that I mentioned before. This one is definitely going to come out. So if I just position myself here, I will remove that, clean that up, and then this branch here is awfully too long. It's awful long, but I do like the branch. I'm just going to come in, reduce the height of it, as you can see. Leave this leaf here for directional pruning. I can keep that. I've got another big fat branch at the back, which was developed as which was competing for the leader. I'm just going to come in and take that out. Now we're looking like a nice stubby tree, okay? It's developing quite nice. We've got 2 sections at the top now for the leader. We've got this one and we have this one. I'll just bring it in a little bit closer. You can actually see. Just let me twist you around. There you go. We've got this section here and we've got this one here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a leaf lower down, which I would like to develop to the left. So I'm just going to bring that one down here. Hopefully that will force some growth further back. I would like to have something else around about here. Maybe that would develop something in the future. That has been chopped. Something developed down here in the future, just here, would be nice. We'll see. Now I've got leaves just underneath some of these branches. I'm just going to snip out to help, one, the future development of the tree, and 2, help the sunlight penetrate. And now this is obviously now too high up because of what we just, the work we've just done. So if I just come in and just reduce the height of this, but obviously I don't want to reduce it too high because I don't want this one out competing this one. I'm just going to come in and just snip to there, and then I've got this back branch as well. I'm just going to come snip to there and allow that to compete. Branch here to the left, I just need to take out and remove. Snip there. pull the buds out the top. Got this left side, this just needs pulling in a little bit section. Generally, overall so far, this tree is doing really well. The only thing I don't like is this one. It's just too far, too strong, too high. I don't want to take it out. I do want to take it out. I keep repeating myself, I need it to come down here. In fact, I'm just going to cut here and hope that the buds here shoot. I can see a little bud there. That will shoot, I'm sure of it. I've got a bud there I just need to take out as well. So I'm pretty sure everything on this tree is in good stead now so far. Do you know what? I'm just going to bring this one in. I would like to reduce this a little bit more, but I've got the wire on it and I think that's the best way to go. So there we go, my little tree is all set. You can see a little stumpy here. It's ready to go for some growing. Nice little sumo style tree. Just going to put it in a larger pot and let it do a bit of growing. So let's get it out of this, have a quick look at the roots and get it in that other pot. The roots are looking really good on this, as you can see, nice and radial. The only thing I did was take a couple of the little ones out that were growing in a couple of wrong directions, but nothing too major. And the soil itself is looking really good, so I'm going to reuse this. I'm going to pop that in there and I'm going to add my own soil to it as well. So let's pop you on here and fill it up. And you notice I'm not tying this tree down because I don't need to. I'm just gonna pop it in, add my soil on top of it as well. And then we're gonna work it all in. We're gonna work the soil in as well. The only thing I will do is just make sure that the tree is on in a position I like. I'm just gonna get it to a nice height that I like and add some more soil to it. So I like that height, it's nice. It's roughly centre. I'm just going to get a chopstick and just work all the soil in between them, in them roots, and then we're going to water it in. Now it's all potted up. It's all been trimmed back. It's got its new angle. Everything looks pretty good. So there we go. That's the new front, just about there, I think. Wait, yeah, just about there for you guys. Now, as I say, this one is a little bit too long, and it needs cutting back to around about here. For you, I'd say just about here. But obviously this wire is on, and it's keeping it in shape. If I cut it back, it's going to spring back upwards. So for now, it's going to stay on. till it stays in shape. It's been twisted. This one's popped up a little bit more, but if I twist it any more for the time being, it's going to snap just down here. So for now, it stays on, and then as it stays, I'll twist it a little bit more, put this back into shape, move it over. And you never know, I might get something developed just down here, and then I can get rid of this completely, or I can just move it down. You never know. So this is in the right shape. I've got this. Move this over, and then we've got this growing over here. We've got these, and then I would like to grow the arrow roots down, and on this one as well. Keep it sumo, keep it small, don't want to grow much higher than there. I've got a conical shape growing in this way. If it grows up a little bit more, it'll be nice with this way, and then this way as well. This one's growing out a little bit, it won't go too much further here. Got this one here as well. I've got the back developing that way, as well as these ones over at the back, just here. So everything's already cut into the right shapes. So I do like the way everything is going. I have got a root here that's cut off. I'd say roots were nice as well when we cut them. Got a nice little root ball going on. So now I've got plenty of room in this nice big pot. As you can see the size of it compared to the tree, it's huge, so I can leave it to grow. This will grow fast now. Tiger Bark Ficuses love the room for roots, so we've got it now in this huge pot, so everything will just develop at a rapid rate. Even if it's in the plant room, where even though it's on a slower growth rate because the temperature isn't as hot as summer, it's still got plenty of growth going on it. So I'm quite happy now. This is going to do its thing. So I've got it in the plant room. I'm just going to leave it. So I've put it down here, just in the plant room. I've got it. So if you have a look at the rest of the plants, I've got it just down in between a couple of other ficuses. So I've got it down towards the bottom shelf. So you can have a look. I've got all these lights, the big light, everything's shining down on it, so it's nice and warm. It's just down there. If you like this one, please do give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.